Hi once again everyone, this is the Football Shirt Archive guy here, back with another video and another episode of my series, Top 3.
Oh yeah.
Now this episode is going to be one that is very close to my heart, being a Celtic supporter myself.
What did you say?
This is my top 3 Celtic home shirts in my collection. So without any further ado, let's get on with the show. Okay, so as usual with these episodes, these are going to be in reverse order. So my third favourite Celtic home shirt in my collection is this long sleeved shirt from 2012. So, as always, let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is the 125th anniversary shirt and was used in the 2012-2013 season. Probably most famously in the home win against Barcelona in the Champions League, where we won 2-1 thanks to goals from Tony Watt and Victor Wanyama. Now, other players who would have actually worn this shirt would have been Gary Hooper and Paddy McCourt, who was one of my favourite Celtic players over the last kind of 10 to 15 years. A fantastic dribbler and scored some fantastic goals in his time with Celtic. Now, as usual, I would give my shirt a mark out of 10, and I would easily give this a 9.5 out of 10. It's a long sleeve shirt, first of all, so that always gets extra marks. The commemorative design around the Celtic badge is also really nice. But my favourite part of this is actually the smaller sponsor, which is below the badge. I just wish that all clubs would actually do this with their shirts. It makes it look far less of a kind of walking advertisement. It's more of like a proper old school football shirt, having the sponsor nice and small like that. But as I say, I wish all clubs would do this, because on this Celtic strip it actually looks fantastic. So yeah, my third pick, which is the Celtic home shirt from 2012. Okay, so my second favourite Celtic home shirt in my collection is this absolute classic from 1991. So, as always, let's take a closer look. Okay, so this all-time classic Celtic home shirt was used in the 91-92 season. This was the only season that this shirt was used. Technically they did use the same shirt the following season, but it didn't have any sponsor on it whatsoever. Now, players who would have worn this shirt would have been Paul McStay, John Collins and Peter Grant. Now again, marks out of 10, easy another 9.5 out of 10. This was from the time before Celtic were forced to actually wear squad numbers on their back. This was when Celtic played in matches they didn't actually have any number on their shirt whatsoever, it was only on the shorts. And also, the sponsor on this shirt, being orange and blue, it actually gives a new element of colour to Celtic home shirts. When it came to seasons before this, Celtic were sponsored by C.R. Smith, which were predominantly black sponsors. But with this orange and blue sponsor, I know blue, imagine Rangers having a green sponsor.
Not a chance.
But yeah, this adds a whole new element of colour and a new dynamic to the Celtic shirts, which I actually really like. I remember when this shirt was released, I must have been about 11 or 12, and the first thing I noticed was the new sponsor and how much I liked it. So yeah, the second pick, the Celtic home shirt from 1991. Okay, so the big reveal. My favourite Celtic home shirt in my collection is this absolute classic from 1995. So, as always, let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is my favourite Celtic home shirt for several reasons. Firstly, this was the shirt that was used in the 1995 Scottish Cup final, where we managed to beat Airdrie 1-0 thanks to a Pierre van Hooijdonk first half header. And if I seem to remember correctly, this was our first trophy of any sort for about 6 to 6.5 years.
We dated for 6 years, and the closest you ever came to a religious experience was Celtic winning the cup.
Yes.
Now, secondly, some of the players who actually wore this shirt between 1995 and 97 are almost like a who's who of some of the best players that we've ever had at the club. Players like Andreas Thom, Pierre van Hooijdonk, George Cadet, Paul McStay, John Collins, and one of my favourite Celtic players of all time actually, Paolo Di Canio. Now, I know he wasn't there long and he did leave under a cloud, but he was an absolutely fantastic player when he played for us. You know, back in the mid-90s, it wasn't every day you could say that you'd just signed AC Milan's number 7. So as I say, I absolutely loved Di Canio. And also just how good this shirt actually looks. There are so many elements to it that actually look fantastic. Probably mostly the hoops on the collar, but also the details within the hoops, the shield around the badge. Absolutely fantastic from top to bottom, and this is easily my favourite Celtic home shirt in my collection, the home shirt from 1995. Okay, so that concludes my Celtic home shirt edition of my new series, Top 3.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'd like to thank you once again for watching, but before I go, I would like to say that if anyone was wondering why I didn't select the Celtic home shirt from 1988, or in other words, the Celtic centenary shirt, there's a very good reason why I didn't select that shirt, and it's because, unfortunately, I don't actually own that shirt.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come back.
But anyway, as I say, I would like to thank you once again for watching. If you did like this episode, don't forget to leave a great big like, a great big thumbs up for me. That would help me an awful lot. And if you could subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, and hit the little bell notification next to the subscribe button, so when I do upload a new episode onto YouTube, you will be notified. So thank you once again for watching. I will see you somewhere down the road, and Mona Hoops. See you later on.